A joint working group of Armenian, Azerbaijani, and Russian officials has drafted an agreement on restoring regional transport connections. That is, according to Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Averchuk, who heads Russia's negotiating team. A draft document has been formulated and almost completely agreed upon at our level, but further work is required on the main issue, how ordinary Azerbaijanis and Armenians will interact with each other when crossing the border. Averchuk told Russia's TASS news agency today. The draft agreement calls for the restoration of a shuttered Soviet-era railway connecting Armenia and Azerbaijan via Nakhichevan as a first step, according to Averchuk. He added that Yerevan will control the sections of the railway that lie in Armenian territory, while Baku will control the sections of the railway that lie in Azerbaijani territory. The Armenian end of the railway is located in the border village of Artsakh, which has come under repeated Azerbaijani shelling this month. Last week, 2 Indian nationals suffered non-life-threatening injuries when Azerbaijani units shelled the village. The working group last met at the beginning of this month for talks in Moscow. Today, Averchuk denied to say when the group may convene next. Armenia and Azerbaijan agreed to reopen all economic and transport connections in the region as part of the Kremlin-brokered ceasefire that ended in the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war. In other news, the Artsakh Health Ministry has reported that Azerbaijan is now completely blocking the evacuation of more than 100 patients from Artsakh to Armenia for 5 days. In addition, the Health Ministry said today it had indefinitely suspended all non-essential surgeries in Artsakh. Late last week, Azerbaijani border guards closed their Lachin corridor checkpoint to all traffic, in effect putting Artsakh under total blockade. Previously, Baku allowed vehicles belonging to the Red Cross and Russian peacekeepers to transport patients and humanitarian aid in and out of Artsakh through the checkpoint. Artsakh's healthcare system was already struggling with the limited supplies of essential products before last week. Recently, ＳiviLNet spoke with new mothers in Artsakh grappling with the shortages of essential childcare products, including formula milk, baby food, and diapers. You can find our full report now on civilnet.am. Back in Yerevan, the Armenian government said last week it will formally ask Parliament to ratify the founding treaty of the International Criminal Court, despite stern warnings from Russia about the potential fallout from Armenia joining the court. In March, Armenia's constitutional court overturned an earlier decision to find that the Rome Statute complies with Armenia's constitution, paving the way for Armenia to join the court. Earlier that month, the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin, citing reasonable grounds to believe he was involved in the unlawful deportation of tens of thousands of Ukrainian children to Russia. If Armenia joins the Hague-based court, legal experts say the country would be required to arrest and extradite Putin if he visits. Moscow has warned publicly of extremely negative consequences if Armenia becomes an ICC member. The Armenian government has not specified if it wants the treaty to be ratified in full or with reservations. Armenian lawmakers have not indicated publicly how they may vote. Yerevan says it decided to pursue ratification in response to Azerbaijani military attacks on Armenian territory following the 2020 war. In travel news, frequent flyers may be happy to hear that FlyNAS, a Saudi budget airline, will begin operating direct flights between the Armenian and Saudi capitals later this month. FlyNAS's decision to start direct flights to Armenia is significant considering that Saudi Arabia and Armenia have no diplomatic relations. Historically, Saudi Arabia has supported Azerbaijan's position in the Artsakh conflict. However, there have been recent indications of a warming in ties between Armenia and Saudi Arabia, potentially offering political and economic benefits for Armenia if relations are normalized. In 2021, Armenia's then president Armen Sarkisyan paid a historic first visit to Saudi Arabia, followed by another trip by Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan the next year. The Armenian Physics and Mathematics Specialized School, named after Artashes Shahinyan, more widely known as PhysMath, has been chosen as one of 10 finalists in the Overcoming Adversity category in the prestigious World's Best School prizes. In the end, 5 winners will be selected, with each winning school receiving $50,000. You can find the full shortlist at worldsbestschool.org. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent journalism from our reporters on the ground in Armenia, Artsakh, and in the region.